Yo, what's up guys? Josh from Chang Fitness and welcome back to another video. Today I am running week 1, day 4, which is 4x9 at 75% of estimated 1 rep max for deadlift. I like sumo deadlift just because it fits my leverages better and just feels better overall. Today I made a mistake and actually just forgot my lifting straps. So you can see I'm doing mixed grip. This is going to bite me in the ass later in the workout, but we'll get to that in a bit. So today I want to talk about one of the biggest mistakes I made during my first year of lifting, and that's gonna just be lifting with bad form. Now, I didn't have atrocious form, I had pretty decent form, but there were still a few lifts where I definitely was ego lifting. For example, whenever I did the bench press, I would sometimes have my butt fly off the pad when I got heavier, and I definitely wasn't, doing strict form on like curls and a few other movements just because, I was a freshman in college at the time and I just wanted to look like I was lifting heavy, right? Try to impress the people around me. I think a common trap you get into when you first start going to the gym is you think that people are focused on you and you get like self-conscious, so you don't want to look stupid. But ironically, like for me, when I was ego lifting and lifting heavier, I felt like I probably looked dumber than if I just lifted like with good form, dropped the weight, lifted more stoically. And I actually see this mistake time and time again, not only when I go to the gym, but even with people I first start working with when it comes to online coaching. So a lot of people actually have like really bad form, and I say this in a way where they don't know better, right? It's not like they're purposely trying to have bad form, and I don't blame them, right? I feel like unless you record your own workouts and look at your form and then compare it to the correct form, or you have a coach, it's actually pretty easy to have suboptimal form on a lot of lifts, even something such as the deadlift, right? And by the way, you guys are gonna see this is where the grip starts breaking down. Obviously the weight is not that heavy, but yeah, my grip was just like giving out. I didn't have chalk either, so usually if you do mixed grip in like a powerlifting competition, you have chalk. But since I lift with lifting straps, I don't use chalk. So what I did here on the fourth set is I just dropped it down to 225 and went for an AMRAP just because I wasn't feeling good. I'm pretty sure my left headphone died as well, so I was like music in one ear. It was just like a terrible workout. So the plan was just to get some volume in with the AMRAP. Not ideal, but just trying to get the work done. But yeah, anyways, going back to the form thing, I think if you don't fix your form, not only are you like robbing yourself of gains, since let's say like you're able to increase your lifts, you're not actually like targeting the muscle groups. Say with bench press, if your butt's coming off the pad, then you're just using more momentum to like lift more weights. That's going to lead to some progression issues down the road. But more importantly, you might get injured, right? I feel like something such as deadlifting with bad form, super easy to get injured, and that's the reason a lot of people stay away from deadlift, even though I'd argue it's one of the best exercises you can do to just build your overall body, just because there's very few exercises that stimulate your core, such as the deadlift. And I know this because I went through a 2-year period where I just didn't really train my legs hard, and although I still built a pretty solid upper body, I felt like my overall core was just not as strong, and then obviously my legs were a lot weaker. And I just think that lifting heavy builds your physique in a way that you can't replicate with lighter loads, right? So that's probably going to be a topic for another day, but the only way you can lift heavy while doing so safely is by having good form. So that's why I'm really just stressing one of the biggest mistakes, which was just not having my form down when I first started lifting. So what does it mean for you? Well, I'd recommend just recording your workouts and then just analyzing your form. You don't have to record all your sets, but just record like 1 set per workout of the movement you're trying to improve. And then just review the footage, right? I feel like the only way you can get better at lifting is if you take a more analytical approach and a more purposeful approach. So yeah, I think the one key takeaway here is just to improve your form, and then per usual, popping up my numbers, comparing this workout to last workout. And that's gonna do it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.